So hey guys, today we're going to be unboxing and assembling a queen size bed frame. Right here you will see it tells you the arrows up. So what I'm doing before I do that is I'm cutting the sides here, then I will cut the front and then lay it down to open it trunk style. See, it's queen bed frame, model style is SA001. You're going to have all this foam and the cardboard and all this. Here is your instructions. AMG 005176 BQ. So you're going to have everything you need here to make the bed. This is a heavy bed frame. It weighs over 100 pounds, so you might want to use two people when moving it. Or if you're moving it by yourself, you may have to drag it. Instructions are look like they're fairly simple. Has a basic picture on the front with an introduction and precautions. Then it has a parts list. On the back side, it will tell you how many pieces of each thing. And then it begins your steps right here. There are two-sided pages. So basically there are 4 pages of steps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, 3. So your legs, your slats, and all your other pieces are down on the bottom after you get the headboard and the footboard out. So you just have to take them out, remove the plastic, set them in an order that you know where the numbers are at. That's your headboard and your footboard. Hardware is going to look like this. It's going to come with 42 pieces of the number 2, 12 pieces of the number 1, these wood blocks, an Allen wrench, which you can use a bit and a impact if you have that bit. Otherwise, just use this. And 4 of these long ones. And it has a spare pieces. Looks like 1 or 2 of every one of these. So you have extra pieces. Now the last pieces we didn't take out. These are the slats. They will go in last. After the bed is assembled, basically these slats will go in across the bed to keep your box spring and mattress up where you want it. That's why they're not painted. You don't really see them once your mattress and box springs are in. You'll notice that your legs all have these, should have these little foam pieces on the bottom. I had one fall off here. I'll have to glue it back on. These are so that your bed does not scratch up your floor. Like you see, we have hard. That keeps your floor from getting scratched. These are all the pieces after they're laid out. So first we're going to need B1, B2, and I. So you're going to take I. These initial, these pieces on the bottom, they're going to be what your bed is sitting on. So this needs to go in front of this and in front of this and then be screwed in. Using the 4 number 2s on this. Number 2s are, I think they're 1 inch and 3, a little over 1 inch. Make sure you go on the front side of this, not the back side, or it won't fit. The wood piece to the back side or the top side as you're installing, and the wood piece to the front because that's where the bed is going to sit. Next you have M. M, you're going to want the design side facing towards you if you have it sitting like me. You have this sitting face down. You notice these are to the upright. So what you're going to do is slide this underneath these two, like this, into these slots. So what you're going to do is take 6 number 2s, 2 there, 1 there on each side. So a total of 6. And you're going to tighten them in here, here, and then the same over here. Make sure you have this towards you facing up, because I have this, actually the bed side is facing down. Because the easiest way to do it if you're doing it by yourself, that's why I'm showing you this in case you're doing it by yourself, is to have this laying down and just slide it in and through. Notice I'm putting this bottom one in first because it has a little bit of room to slide. So if you need to adjust these, put this one in first, the one on the bottom side. That gives you room to wiggle this if you need to adjust it at all, and then finish tightening this one down after you get these two. Just put this one in to hold it in place. You'll see there's room to slide. Tighten these down, then go back to that one. Once it's finished, these parts should both look like this. We're ready to move on to the next one, which will be in. That will be this piece. Also going to need to grab 4 more number 2s. When you're finished, it should look like this. After you put these on, there's 3 bolts here, 3 bolts here, 2 there, 2 there. The next one you're going to need is in. And in is going to line up. You see there's 4 holes down here. They're going to line up on the front side of this. There is a groove under here. You're just going to slide this under like this. Line those holes up. And then bring this up and attach these to that. And to do that, you're going to need 4 number 2s through here. And those will line up and go into these. You see they just line up. Just tighten these up. I did the outside first. You're going to have to lift it up about 1 inch. So you may need to pry, if you're by yourself, put something under there, maybe a piece of the foam that you used from the box, so you don't bind it while you're tightening them down. You need 2 L's. There's only 2. And it doesn't matter which way you put them because they're made evenly on both sides. So you're going to take the 2 L's. They're just going to line up in these holes. You see they're pleated and pleated. So they'll go here. And you're going to need 8 number 2s. 4 on each side. And you're just going to line the holes up and screw those in as well. Putting the last of the bolts in. Next, you're going to need the 2 little wood blocks that were on there. They're called M4s. They'll come with 2 screws. If you look closely at this, there is a little mark. That little mark is what these are supposed to line up with. Make sure you get this side flush. You'll see one side's flat, one side's indented. That's where the indentation is where your screw's going to go. It does take a Phillips screwdriver, which does not come with this, so you need to have your own Phillips screwdriver. We're going to drive that through here and into that. So we got 1 on each side that we got to put on. Lining these up. Make sure you line them up with that little itty bitty. Here's the hole on this side. This one's a little more difficult to see, but it is there. At this point, your headboard should be complete. It should look like this. Really nice design. Looks nice. We'll be putting our side rails on next. You notice that they will just line up in these holes. Next, you're going to need F1 and F2. So that's going to be F2. If you're looking at the headboard, it's going to be on the right side. F1 is going to be on the left side. You want this in with the Velcro facing up. You're going to take the 4 long number 3s. I'm going to slide this in like that. These will go in the back here. Slide through here. This is in a groove, and then you just tighten them down. Point after you got F1 and F2 on, it should look like this if you've went by the directions properly. Your 4 number 3s should be gone. So all 4 of them use 2 on each side. You won't have any more of them. The number 1s left, they're shorter, like this. They will be for your legs. So next you're going to need C1, C2. If you're looking at the headboard, C2 was on that side, C1 is on this side. The other way you can tell is you want this screw hole here to the outside, because when you're putting the next part together after this, something's going to bolt here. So you're going to put these here. C1, you just line this up here, and then you will put your screws in right here. 2 screws to the outside, because your next part of your bed frame, this is going to be in 2 pieces, will screw to this. Next, you're going to want A1 and A2, which are these 2 boards here, and K. You're going to line these up. You want these to the downside. The bed's going to sit on these. You want these to correspond. A1 is going to go on your right side if you're looking at it this way. If you're looking at it the other way, it'll be opposite. These just slide on and they line up like this. Then you're going to want 4 number 1s. They are the shorter of the 2. And then you're just going to line them up with the hole and screw them in. The next ones you're going to need are G1 and G2. If you're looking at it this way, G1 will be on this side, G2 will be this side. It's the same if you, the way I'm looking at it, I'm trying to look at it upside down because I have it flipped. If you look at it upside down, G2 will be on this side. So G2 is going to be on the A2 side. You line up your 1 with your 1. G1 with A1, G2 with A2. 4 number 2 bolts that will slide through the outside and screw in here. At this point, your G1, G2 should be attached to your footboard, and it should look like this. The next phase will be flipping this around and attaching this to that. So you'll see we took our footboard, swung it around, And now they line up perfectly. That's why earlier I told you make sure you line these two, the extra leg, only 2 bolts. There's 2 more here. That's because this is going to attach now to the footboard with your last 4 number 1s. You just attach these like that, tighten them up. So my suggestion is when you're putting these legs on, put these on and snug them, but don't put them tight because sometimes you have to adjust this leg, have it wiggle a little bit to get the bolts in. Once you have all 4 started, then tighten it down. Don't tighten them all the way down or you're going to probably have to loosen them because the holes sometimes have to be adjusted and you'll need to be able to wiggle that leg. Next, you're going to take this J and you're going to put it right here. There's a bolt on each of these legs. You're going to put it like this. Then attach these 2 E's on the head side bed of the board, like this. So, I got my J going across, attached with 2 number 2s. I do not have them tight. I have them snug and started because now you want to put these 2 E's on the head side bed of the board. So, in order to make sure they're lined up, you may have to adjust this. I don't tighten them up until I'm done. So I'm going to run these through, try to line it up. At this point, when you got J on, it should be right here across this like this. And then you have your E's on. At this point, you should just have 4 H's, 4 D's, and number 2s. So you're going to take these D's, and you're going to notice if you look at your H's, there'll be a top side, which will just have 3 holes, and a bottom side, which will have 4 holes. So you're going to line this up. You want the hole that goes all the way through lined up with this hole here. And you're going to take all 4 of them. There's a dummy plug right here. Put that in. Run that through. Tighten it down. All 4 of these, you're going to do the same thing. So you see we took our H's, put them together with the D's. Now it's not going to matter which way these go on. I'm going to try to even mine out because you notice they're just a little bit long on one side as the other. So you're just basically going to take your last 8 number 2s, bolt here, bolt there, bolt there, put them together. Notice as I'm doing these, again, I'm not tightening until I get all 4 on. I just get them started. Another trick you can use, once you get one side on, they don't necessarily line up. So what I do is I usually take this, I get my first side started like this. If my second side doesn't line up, I've been taking this and I'll slide it until I find a hole and pull it into place. Once I've got it into place, I put pressure on it, then I install my screw. Now the bed frame is all put together. It's a pretty solid frame, especially when it gets everything put together. You got a total of 3, 6, 12 legs, so it's got a lot of stability. It's made heavy. Now your slats are going to come tied together like this, and you're going to notice that there's Velcro on them. Okay, the other side of the Velcro is here. So once these are installed and put in, it's going to be basically 2 pieces. They have the foam here that will sit on these. So once they're installed and put in there, you're ready to put your mattress and box springs on. And I like the way these are tied together. That way it makes it easier to install. Now you're going to keep your slats from moving. How this slat doesn't move, the Velcro is holding it in place. You can adjust them if you need to, but it's not going to move on its own. That's a really clever idea. Final wrap up, if you look at the bed itself, it comes in multiple colors, multiple sizes. This is a queen. I like the design here that you'll have. This is actually the 2 pieces that you put together, but it looks like one. They got some intricate work here. You get the 2 pillar design with the ball. I like the way it looks. Once it's put together, it's pretty sturdy. It has 12 legs. The 12 legs is really cool because if you notice, a lot of the metal frames will only have 6 legs. You'll have 2 coming across, 2 there. Well, they'll have 8, 2 and 2. This has 12. Plus it has double the stability because it has 2 going across, 2 here. Then you have the really cool Velcro that holds the slats in place. They have this foam here to keep it from damaging your wood. A lot of screws in it. Took us, what, an hour, hour and a half to put it together. But we was doing it slow by going by the directions so we could make the video. You could probably do it in less time. I just wanted to make sure I showed everyone the proper way to assemble it. It's a sturdy made bed. It's got a lot of cool features to it. We put a mattress on it. Of course, it's not going to stay in the kitchen. We just have to move some things around. We didn't put a box spring on it. This is just a mattress to let you see what it's going to look like. Looks really good. I like the way it looks. Clearance on each side, so you got plenty of room. Solidly made. Looks great. We do highly recommend this. We like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. It's a great bed to get. That's what it's going to look like once you get it in your bedroom, whatever your bedroom looks like. And we're putting it in the bedroom where it's supposed to be. We have 8-inch storage under the bed storage. They slide really easily under this bed. There's about a foot under there. So you also have a lot of room storage underneath if you need it. Another handy feature. So the final step, we got this put together in the bedroom. We moved it. I did add my box springs to this when I already had them. You don't have to use the box springs. We just already had them, so we chose to use them. I'm 5'10", so the bed right now is probably about 2.5, 3 foot tall. So if you use the box springs, it's going to make it taller, but it still looks really nice. This is our spare bedroom, so we're going to leave the box springs on it. But you'll see it's about 5'10". I'm 5'10". It's about 3 foot to get in. The bed is ready. It looks good, and I give it a thumbs up. Like and subscribe. Buy you one of these beds.